Und damit herzlich willkommen und hallo, meine Lieben. Ich hoffe, ihr habt euch vermisst. Ich habe auf jeden Fall euch vermisst. Aber dieses ominöse Geräusch schon im Hintergrund, ja, das ich schon die ganze Zeit höre, während ich hier gerade noch Dinge mache. Hm. Ja, Mann. Noah, ich bin krank geworden, ne? Wie ihr vielleicht von dem Discord vernommen habt. Oder auch nicht. Man hört es mir noch ein bisschen an. Bisschen sehr vielleicht. Ja, es kam der Husten. Dann so langsam das Fieber und dann ist das nochmal richtig schön hochgegangen. Über 40. Immer schön viel Tablettchen, Krams eingenommen. Naja, Fieber ist jetzt durch. Also, der Kopf ist ein bisschen klarer. Husten muss ich noch gelegentlich, aber ja, dafür gibt es ja den Mute-Knopf. Ne? Also, wenn ich den immer rechtzeitig reiche, dann kann ich, denke ich, auch schon wieder streamen. Wenn ihr mögt, dann werden wir genau das heute tun. Ein Spiel genießen. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich so ewig lang mache. Also jetzt nicht vielleicht die gewohnte Länge. Aber mal gucken. Ich habe mir auch was rausgesucht, wo ich nicht so viel reden muss. Denn es geht ja dann auch auf die Stimme und dann erholt sich der Hals nicht. Ne? Das ist ja auch blöd. Deswegen gönnen wir uns heute Slay the Princess. Das theoretisch gevoice-acted sein müsste. Lass mich hier mal übergehen schon mal dazu und das hier mal auch ändern. Das ist, ich glaube, das gibt es auch nur in Englisch. Ich weiß nicht, ob es einen deutschen Text, vielleicht gibt es, ich hätte mal gucken sollen, ne? Ob es einen Patch gegeben hat für die Texte vielleicht oder so. Ich glaube, das komplette Spiel ist auf Englisch, was mich jetzt nicht so unbedingt stört. Aber ich streame ja jetzt an ein deutsches Publikum, ne? Naja. Mehr oder weniger. Mal gucken, ne? Weiß ich nicht. Der Entwickler hat letztes Jahr im Oktober zumindest gesagt, dass die Localizations machen werden. Deutsch ist unter anderem die zweitmeist gewünschte Sprache. Also die Chancen sind dafür zumindest relativ hoch. Vielleicht, kann man sich das irgendwann nochmal geben. Aber wir werden uns das heute auf Englisch geben. I'm sorry. Ich werde auch, glaube ich, nicht quasi alles zusammenfassen, also wie ich das manchmal mache. Aber ich werde das hier vorlesen. Whatever horror you may find in those dark places, have heart and see them true. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Ne? Also. Es ist auf jeden Fall ein Horrorspiel. Das steht, also, das bezeichnet sich trotzdem als Love Story. Ich bin nicht ganz sicher. Ich glaube, das ist ziemlich cool. Oh. Guckt es euch an. Finde ich das eigentlich? Ich bleibe bei der Maus, das ist okay. Das ist Accessibility. Return. Was ist das? Warum? Self-Voicing? Self-Voicing. Was ist das? Dass man selber normal nicht vertont. Werden wir gleich sehen. Wir können bestimmt nochmal in dieses Menü dann zurückkehren. Ich habe nichts geladen. Das ist diese typische Engine, ne? Für wie heißt das? Für so Games. Wie heißt denn das? Für so Games mit Fließtext und Bildern und können hier jetzt auf jeden Fall noch nichts machen. Ist ein bisschen laut vielleicht, oder? Allgemein? Müsst ihr mal sagen, dann. was ihr davon haltet. Probier das mal so. Würde ich einfach mal starten, gucken, was vertont ist und was nicht. Hero and a Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Keine Option, ne?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh. Explore. What the... What? Das ist ja richtig viele Dinge. Nicht?
SELF voicing in a Wald. Self-voicing text-to-speech selected.
Nicht gut.
Clipboard voicing clipboard. Debug voicing debug.
Nee, lass das
SELF
mal.
voicing disab LED.
Okay, ja. The end of the word, what are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Can someone else do this? Ich habe mich übrigens falsch entschieden. Ich muss trotzdem Sachen vorlesen, scheinbar. Scheint mir irgendwie nicht richtig, wenn ich jetzt einfach nur das nicht machen würde. Can someone else do it? Forget it. I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Oh. Das klingt gut. Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? Okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Ah. Speed. I've always wanted to of a monarch. Viva la Revolution. Wenn ich jetzt umdrehe, ist dann das Spiel vorbei? Die Musik ist auch sehr ruhig. Ja. Vielleicht bin ich ja okay damit, die Welt enden zu lassen.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
Spielspitze, das kennst du schon. Hallo Mina, schön, dass du reinschaust. Gerade erst angefangen. Das ist, cooler Stil. Hat mir auch direkt gefallen. Das hatte ich mir irgendwann auf Wunschliste gesetzt.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Bin nicht wirklich böse, nee. Aber ich bin vielleicht Nihilist. Manchmal. Achso, ich kann die alle noch anklicken anscheinend. Ah, okay, dann...
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Ja, ich war krank. Ist im Discord auch ein bisschen kommuniziert. Ich bin auch, also ich habe das Schlimmste überstanden, aber ja, Stimme ist noch belegt und ab und zu husten und so. Hat auch ganz schön lange angehalten. Also, weiß nicht. Weiß nicht, so lange war ich schon lange nicht mehr krank. Tatsächlich. Oder so schlimm. Ja. Aber es geht jetzt wieder. Und ich konnte nicht länger warten. Ich wollte mal wieder irgendwas streamen. Ich dachte mir, irgendwas, wo halt ich gevoice-acted, also wo halt viel gevoice-acted wird, das ist eine sehr gute Entscheidung. Kann das nicht jemand anderes tun?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
Er macht die Regeln nicht? Okay.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Aber ich will nicht. Vielleicht wird die Welt nur deswegen enden, weil sie
While I
angekettet ist.
appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Ich dachte gestern auch, du wirst krank. Gefangen. Was waren denn die Symptome? Warum dachtest du das? Ging es dir nicht so gut?
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Ich meine, das könnte ja immer noch sein, als wenn da noch was kommt, ne? Nee. Ich hoffe, du wirst nicht krank. Ich habe in letzter Zeit bei vielen mitbekommen, dass sie krank werden. Erzähl, lieber Narrator.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Was? Look, I go to the cabin, I talk to her. If she's bad, as you say, then maybe I slay her. But I'm not committed to anything until I've a chance. Das geht jetzt weiter, ne? Wenn ich jetzt da Sachen anklicke, ist das dann weg? Klicken das mal an. Wir werden uns die Gute mal angucken. Und dann werde ich entscheiden.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Oh, warte mal. Was habe ich hier überhaupt für eine Maus? Eine Kralle drin. Ah, okay.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Bin ich ein Monster? Ist das meine Hand hier oben? Ah.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Voice of the Hero. Das ist meine Stimme? Ja?
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Ah. Warum ist hier eine Auswahl? Okay. Cool. Oh, aber warum? Eigentlich eine Visual Novel, ne? Genau genommen. Ist nur besser erzählt.
Is almost entirely bare.
Also dass das
the
nicht
air is
auffällt.
stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Bestimmt nur nochmal zurückkommen und das Messer später holen. Vielleicht. Wir gehen mal ohne das Messer. Die ja nicht direkt so erscheinen, als wenn ich jetzt da bin, um jemanden zu töten. Wenn sie angekettet, was will sie tun, ne?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
No.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Kann auch nicht mehr zurückgehen jetzt, ne? Oh, verdammt. So. Ich bin hier, um dich zu retten, oder lügen, ich bin hier, um dich zu retten. Sehr gut. Das ist sehr gut. Daran erkennt man, dass das Spiel gut geschrieben ist. Oh, sehr schön. Das gefällt mir. Ja. Wir sind nur hier, um nach ihr zu sehen. Ich glaube, ich bin hier, um dich zu töten? Also, ich glaube, das ist ehrlicher. Weiß ja nicht. Das klingt irgendwie so anscheinend. Ja.
You must have the wrong address.
Great job. You've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
So, sie wusste nicht, dass... Okay. Gut.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Schön, dass sie flimmert irgendwie. Also sie hat Licht auf jeden Fall. Nichts zu essen, ne?
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains?
Kann sie mir irgendwas tun, wenn ich einfach nur die Ketten untersuche? Gehe ich dann hin und untersuche das? Wir sind einfach mal vertraut. Ja, doch.
You're only making this more difficult.
Ja,
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing.
Was? Die Stimme des Helden hat... Was? Wer redet da noch mit mir? Wer ist diese Stimme des Helden? Das verstehe ich. Okay.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Okay, also ich steuere den Helden, aber der hat trotzdem ein eigenes Gehirn irgendwie. Das ist weird.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Ich kann nach oben gehen und nach dem Schlüssel suchen. So andere Ideen? Hey, wir suchen. Wir suchen nach dem Schlüssel.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
Das ist jetzt quasi der Moment, wo du nach oben gehen sollst und das Messer nimmst wahrscheinlich, oder?
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
Ah,
You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
okay.
Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Ja, jetzt habe ich ja nicht mal mehr irgendwie Möglichkeit. Mein Slay the Princess ist auch, könnte natürlich auch flachlegen heißen, so, ne? Dieses, naja. Weiß nicht, ob das bewusst so gewählt ist. Ganz bestimmt das bewusst so gewählt. Naja.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Ah, sind beide Gefangene.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
Ja.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Das hätte sie aber theoretisch auch schon früher machen können. Warum macht sie es jetzt? Warum macht sie es auf der Seite? Nee, hä?
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal.
Was?
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Der Narrator mag sie nicht, ja? Save. Save the Princess. Gucken, was passiert. Muss ich erstmal, weiß ja nicht. Ja, wir retten sie.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
Die sind irgendwie... haben so Schuppen, Federn. Klauen, das ist unsere Hand hier, die Maus. Was? Unser... hat jetzt ein Messer in der Hand, die Maus. Das ist auch ein cooles Detail. Na, guck sie euch an. Boah, es ist, ne? Also, es ist auch nichts für sanfte Gemüter hier.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Der sieht so wahnsinnig aus. Der Gesichtsausdruck,
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
Definitiv nicht, okay.
No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
War das irgendwie verbinden?
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okay. Auf zur Tür.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
Der Erzähler ist gegen uns. Das ist sehr interessant. Können wir ihn umbringen?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Oh, das ist so gemein.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Wir haben sie gewarnt. Aber das ist geil.
Something's come over you, hasn't it?
Oh, okay.
You know you don't have to do this, right?
Okay.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Wir widerstehen.
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
Mhm.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Yo! Tötet uns?
She plunges it into your chest,
Ah.
tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh, wie schön das gezeichnet ist. Ah, toll.
Oh no.
Ah.
I'm so sorry.
Wir sind eine Art Monster. Das ist interessant. Ich frage mich, wie wir aussehen, gesichtsmäßig. Kopfmäßig.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
Irgendwie habe ich das Gefühl, es ist so vogelartig. Auf jeden Fall. Ist ja wie du halt.
For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
I can fix her. Oh ja, auf jeden Fall. Das ist das Motto des Spiels, glaube ich.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
Ah.
I'm sorry.
Oh Mann. Au.
She doesn't
Okay.
know how to use a knife, does she?
Na.
Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last
Aww.
thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
No.
It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Kapitel 2.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. Oh, wir können mit ihm reden quasi. Okay.
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Okay. Also der Hero weiß es. Und wir wissen's. Aber der Narrator nicht.
Yes, he didn't approve of us
Was?
last time,
Was?
did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Smitten. Der Verliebte, was? Irgendwie sowas?
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Ah?
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
4? Wie 4? Was? Achso, ich, der Held, Smitten und halt die Prinzessin. Okay, ja, macht Sinn, ja.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
Klingt gar nicht so schlecht.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Ah, der gefällt mir. Ja. Wenn du die Wahrheit sagst, warum sollte ich dir zuhören? Jetzt ist I'm telling the truth? Okay.
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. You were the one who did us in, villain. Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price.
Doch.
I beg to differ. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations.
Wir konnten nicht aufs Mitten eingehen.
Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Ah.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Hört man immer an der Prinzessin? Wie viele verschiedene Dialoge gibt's hier? Egal, was man auswählt? Wer weiß.
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme.
Ja, da bin ich mir nicht so sicher, aber ja. Niemand ist perfekt, das ist ja langweilig. Das ist ja auch anstrengend irgendwie.
Convoluted. I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
Let's talk about der. Ich möchte einen Weg finden, sie zu retten. Ja, warum nicht?
That's right, you can't stop all of us. We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does. Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with? You're not at the cabin yet. You still have plenty of time to reflect on the situation. I just hope for all our sakes that you make the right call. Just be quick about it.
So. Neu. Einziger Grund, warum sie mich überhaupt töten konnte, war, weil ich sie gelassen habe. Wie soll sie denn die Welt verändern? Also, wie soll sie die Welt enden? Das ist dieser Ort und warum ist sie da gefangen?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Ich meine, also bisher kennen wir nur 5 Leute. Narrator, uns selbst im Prinzip. Und hier Hero, Smitten und die Prinzessin. Und bestimmt noch ein paar mehr People, weiß ja nicht. Doch alles so verschwurbelt hier aus. So traumhaft irgendwie. Ja, wenn Leute sie gefangen genommen haben, warum haben sie dann nicht umgebracht? Warum muss ich das tun?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
Huh.
Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Interessant.
Calling us special isn't going to make us friends, even if it did feel nice. Oh, believe me, the last thing I want is for you and I to be friends. But I'm a professional, and I'm not going to let my dislike for you get in the way of helping you save the world.
Ah. Was erzählst du mir nicht hier?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
Ich will dich eigentlich gar nicht... Nee, ich will mich echt gar nicht mehr so lange mit dem Narrator unterhalten. Lass mal ein bisschen weiter... Nee.
Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word.
Nee. Trust me, bro. Nee. Okay, wie soll sie in die Welt enden? Also, die enden. Warum soll die Welt untergehen, wenn sie überlebt?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you. Maybe it's her beauty that threatens the world. Sure, it's her beauty. Why not? And before you ask, no, we can't just keep her down there. If you don't slay her, she's going to find a way out. It's unfortunate, I know, but it's just the way it is.
Okay. Sie wird irgendwann von alleine rauskommen, theoretisch. Okay.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Oh. Wir gehen zur Kabine. Doch. Irgendwann drehen wir auch nochmal um.
Before you go any further.
Ja.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
Ich bin nicht sicher, ob ich den Smitten mag. Er sagt manchmal die richtigen Sachen. Aber der ist doch so ein bisschen sehr pompös, also zu viel einfach irgendwie.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
Ja, so ist es.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Ja,
Sure,
das ist das Problem.
your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Zur Kabine.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Jetzt sieht das tatsächlich aus wie so ein Schloss oder so. Aber von außen halt nicht, ne? Schon interessant. Nur innen hat sich was geändert.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Ich glaube, wir gehen erst zum Spiegelchen. Ich habe Angst, dass wenn ich den Spiegel nur erwähne, Dass der dann einfach verschwindet oder so, weil er ihn wegmacht oder irgendwas. Wir gehen einfach mal hin.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Ah? Er sieht den Spiegel nicht. Ah,
What are you
interessant.
talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Ah. Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago.
Huh?
And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Ha! Ist jetzt weg. Verdammt.
Very different.
Ja.
Is it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time around. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Nehme ich das Messer jetzt mit? Es haben sich ja Sachen verändert.
So focus up. Stop letting yourself get distracted.
Nee, ich nehme es wieder nicht mit. So. Gehen einfach runter.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Weiß ich nicht. Sieht doch gut aus eigentlich.
A
Ne?
soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
So ist es.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
Aber der Smitten, der ist verliebt. Das ist sein Stick. Das ist, also, kann man ihm jetzt auch nicht absprechen. Das ist sein Ding halt.
You walk down the stairs and lock
anderes
eyes with the
Kleid.
princess. There's a
Andere
heavy
Krone.
chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
Der rechts.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
Spricht der quasi aus uns gerade?
You know she can't hear you, right?
Okay. Gut, danke.
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Natürlich. Also eine Stimme im Kopf des Helden.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Na. Willst du uns wieder umbringen? Ah.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero.
Verstehe ich wieder.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
Ha. Das ist super interessant, dass der Erzähler das nicht weiß, aber alle anderen schon. Also der Erzähler ist quasi neu. Ha, das ist super interessant. Okay. Das heißt, wir können den Erzähler auch ein bisschen bescheißen, wenn wir nicht darüber reden, was vorher war. So täglich grüßt das Murmeltier so ein bisschen. Ja, vielleicht mal gucken.
That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
Natürlich.
We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Das muss auch sehr merkwürdig für die Gute sein. Ganz irgendwie angequatscht und erstmal 3 Minuten lang stehen wir da und weiß nicht, werden hier angegrinst. Sie denkt sich so, okay, der Held ist ein bisschen dumm, oder? Kann irgendwie nicht mal reden? Komisch. Während wir hier Zwiegespräch mit uns selbst führen.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
Okay. Warum hast du mich umgebracht? Kein Messer dabei. Was ist passiert, nachdem ich gestorben bin? Ja, das klingt ganz gut. Damit erklären wir so ein bisschen die Situation beim letzten Mal. Sorry what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
Na.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
Hat sie einen eigenen Erzähler? Eine Erzählerin? Ja, wäre lustig.
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
Nee, außer in einem anderen Universum. Oder wie auch immer.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Was passiert, nachdem ich gestorben bin, genau.
You died, and now we're talking.
Toll. Rescue the princess. Ich hab kein Messer mitgebracht. Muss ich dich wieder rausschneiden?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
Okay.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
Ist das so? Ist ihre Hand diesmal schmal genug, um durchzupassen? Jetzt sie auch einfach fliegen können, theoretisch.
No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains.
Warum nicht?
Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
Huh?
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Warum hast du mich umgebracht?
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Das ist eine gute Frage.
Did we?
Ha.
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's
Meine
practically
Güte.
telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone. She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
Did you end the world? Ich weiß nicht, ob sie dafür verantwortlich ist, ob das die entscheiden kann. Ich glaube halt nicht, aber also hätte ich jetzt gedacht. Aber wir fragen einfach mal.
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Momentan sagt sie quasi alles, um uns zu gefallen. Also so von den Antworten her.
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
Jetzt ist alle verrückt. Wow. Das ist richtig nihilistisch. Okay. Nee, das eigentlich, aber ja. Wow. Also richtig die Leute hasst. Honestly, the world sucks. People are a plague and I hope you brought a slow and painful ruin to them. No? Ich meine, macht ja gar keinen Sinn, wenn ich will, also warum sollte ich, dass die Welt endet? Wenn ich quasi wirklich halt irgendwas mit der Prinzessin anfangen will. I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
Ah, okay.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
Sie antwortet einfach nur das, was, ja, um uns zu gefallen.
I'm not so sure.
Rescue the princess.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, you'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her?
Okay.
I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Okay. Also haben wir schon mal mit Smitten eine Sicherheit quasi, gegen der Prinzessin irgendwas zu tun?
You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
Oh.
You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
Yay, aber wir kriegen eine Prinzessin.
I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time.
Ah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Warum? Irgendwas ist hier faul. Warum, also, sie hätte schon von vornherein einfach das abstreifen können?
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace.
Yeah.
If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Ah. Ah. Was möchtest du tun?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
Was möchte sie tun?
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
Ah.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection. And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Das kann jetzt vor und zurück die ganze Zeit gehen. Was? Ist das nicht das Gleiche? Ich möchte einfach nur hier raus. Wir können den Rest später rausfinden. Ah, ja, haha.
That sounds perfect.
Musik hat sich verändert.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
Ja, hä? Die Welt endet doch jetzt nicht. Also wie soll das passieren?
I like to think that you do, actually.
Huh?
Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this.
Generator kann das einfach nicht gönnen. Ach ja.
And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
Hey!
That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Huh.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Übrigens krass, wie groß ihre Augen geworden sind, ne? Mir fällt das gerade auf. Ah. Waren sie in der ersten Szene auf jeden Fall nicht. Viel mehr Anime. Viel mehr Anime, ja.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Okay. Lass uns das gemeinsam öffnen.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Also wir hätten entweder sagen können, kann sie es öffnen? Wir versuchen es zu öffnen oder gemeinsam.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech. And the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me? I told you our love was insurmountable.
Yay!
You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade, that's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
You're not doing it.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin. And then you step outside.
Ja.
A happy ending at last.
Ich weiß nicht. Irgendwas muss passieren, ne? Musik.
We did it. What should we do now?
Endet die Welt wirklich?
Where did everything go? Where did he go?
He?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
Ah.
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Die sind irgend so ein Vogeldecken. Oh. Aber es sah jetzt nicht so aus, als hätte sie das gemacht. Was? Don't get a chance to make that jacket. Something has taken her away. Left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Narrator ist weg, ja.
It is. Does that mean the world ended?
Okay. Also die Stimmen in unserem Kopf, die sind halt in unserem Kopf. Und die enden halt nicht mit der Welt. Aber der Narrator halt schon.
A villain vanquished.
Was okay ist mit dem. Sei einfach ruhig. Ja, also ich weiß nicht, wo sie hin ist, ne? Ich weiß auch nicht, wo wir nach ihr suchen könnten.
You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. I can't believe she was taken away from us. The nerve.
Ich glaube, ich muss mir den Spiegel angucken.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
Habe ich eine Wahl?
Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
Ich kann nicht. Oder soll ich jetzt hier wirklich warten? Nee, wir
I'm
machen
begging
das.
you, don't do this.
Ignorieren. You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They are gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. Ha. Ich bin auf jeden Fall irgendwas Monströses. Irgendwie. You are alone in a place that's empty. It's quiet here. Ah. You are at the cabin. Wir gehen zu ihr.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Ah. Zu viel. Was bist du?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
So. Das ist ein länger Spam-Text hier. Fuck? Nee. So, merkwürdig. What are you? Das Ding will wissen, was ich bin, hä? Solitary Lights. Ich weiß nicht, was ich bin.
I think that you are like me.
Aha.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Oceans reduced to shore. Also so wie, weiß ich nicht, so wie die Essenz von ganz, ganz vielen Leuten zusammengetan. Und, also so, ne? Jetzt in so ihr und irgendwie sowas, ne? So ist das zu lesen, glaube ich. Gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own.
Okay, das ist, wenn ich eine Gottheit, die einen Körper kriegt, den sie bewohnen kann für eine Welt. So, das ist die Prinzessin sozusagen. Also so liest sich das vielleicht jetzt so. Ein fragiles Gefäß. Deswegen ist sie auch ein bisschen egal, wenn sie sich da den Arm abhackt. Und irgendwie versteht sie vielleicht auch auch das ist die Gottheit, dieses Zwischenmenschliche nicht ganz so. Sie schlüpft einfach nur in diese Rolle von der Prinzessin vielleicht. So verstehe ich das jetzt auf jeden Fall. Aber ich weiß nicht, warum das jetzt hier gerade alles passiert.
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you,
Ah,
and she'll make for a gentle heart.
ich habe sie geschaffen? Ich habe sie geschaffen? Was? Ist da oben Strick? Nein, oder? Vielleicht. Wir sehen auch ihren Hals nicht, ne? Könnte sein, dass da oben... Weiß ich nicht. Oben ist irgendwas. Was ein Seil sein könnte. Naja.
Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Warte mal. Ich habe sie gemacht. Bin ich irgendwas Göttliches? Diese zwei Götter, die miteinander reden durch menschliche, also durch irdische Hüllen oder sowas? Ich weiß es nicht. Also sowas in der Richtung vielleicht. Das ist das Ende der Welt.
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Ja. Müssen ja nicht Götter sein. Es könnte ja auch irgendwas, ne, anderes sein, was einfach über das Verständnis von Menschen hinausgeht so. Kennst du
You
den
are the
Erzähler?
only thing I have ever known.
Oh.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Hier kommt nichts anderes her. Also die beiden Stimmen in meinem Kopf sind auch weg. Die beiden anderen. Du mich gesendet, die Prinzessin zu erschlagen. So sie gefangen genommen.
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Rede über die Prinzessin und dieses Wesen redet dann von mir. Also wenn ich über die Prinzessin was frage. Bin ich die Prinzessin gleichzeitig? Das weiß ich nicht. Interessant. Bist du die Prinzessin?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Das ist so eine Buddha-Geschichte. Dass Gott halt alles ist. So dieses... Das ist sehr metaphysisch hier gerade. Weiß nicht. Warst du immer die Prinzessin oder was? Machst du sie nur zu einem Teil von dir?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Kennst du irgendwas in dieser Welt außer diesem Ort?
I know only that they are.
Kennen wir uns?
You are familiar, but you are not me.
Ah.
I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Was ist... es fühlt sich so an, so wie... Weiß nicht, das ist ein Wesen, das sich aufgesplittet hat irgendwie, weil manchmal redet es über die Prinzessin, als wäre das wir. Also ganz komisch. sagt so eine Prinzessin You, ne? Obwohl das da mit uns redet halt. Das irgendwie. Kannst du sie hier rauslassen?
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me.
Also dieses Wesen, die Prinzessin, die wir getroffen haben, als nur ein Fragment des Ganzen. Das auch nur als Konzept, ne? Okay. Interessant. Oh, okay. Und jetzt ist es aber... Die Prinzessin, die wir gerettet haben, ist beendet. Ist zurück zur Quelle oder was auch immer. Ja, irgendwie so, ne?
I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Oh. Was passiert jetzt? Destroy your body. Ah. Dann, wenn ich Destroy your body mache, dann starten wir von vorne, ne? Ich meine, ich glaube, wir starten sowieso gleich von vorne. Ich kann mir nicht erklären, was sonst passiert. Was passiert jetzt?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
Ah. Achso, ja, neuer Circle quasi. Ja.
There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Okay. Also das ganze... Das Szenario ist vielleicht einfach nur, um mich zu unterhalten, ja? Mich zu bespaßen. Ah, weiß nicht.
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole. And perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Mehr Perspektiven, also andere Entscheidungen treffen, nehme ich an. Wie viel werde ich vergessen?
Everything. Until we meet again.
Alles? Wie viel mehr muss ich finden?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Okay, wir starten gleich von vorne anscheinend, oder? Wenn ich das richtig... Ja. Also keine Angst, dass ich einen Weg finde, dich zu töten?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Ja, weil, ja, das auch nur die Hülle ist. Ah. Was, wenn ich das nicht zulasse?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
Okay. Im Prinzip, wo wir sind, quasi ist uncool. Der Plan ist, dass wir mehr Dinge erleben und wir dann mehr davon haben oder was auch immer. Wenn wir dann wieder hier ankommen, ja? Ungefähr. Dass wir eine erfüllte Existenz haben dann. Weil wir Dinge durchlebt haben dann vielleicht. Oder was weiß ich, keine Ahnung. I'm not going back. Ah, hier, If I help you, is that not what I'm going to do? Mann. Sent to slay this princess. Stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that not what you are going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
Okay, aus der Sicht des Erzählers ist das natürlich ein Zerstören der Welt. Aber aus der Sicht von all den anderen Charakteren, die wir bis jetzt kennengelernt haben, ist das einfach nur ein Neustart, ne? Also die Prinzessin scheint ja auch die Erinnerung gehabt zu haben. Das hier ist jetzt nicht die Prinzessin, mit der wir reden. Es ist irgendwie, ne? So ein höheres Wesen, was auch immer. Hat sich am Anfang sogar vorgestellt, aber ich weiß jetzt nicht mehr die Bezeichnung. Bah. Was machst du, wenn ich dir helfe?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
I'm not going back.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Wait forever.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone.
You are as I am now. Du bist, wie ich jetzt bin. Also, hä? Unfertig oder irgendwie, traurig. Wir sind das Gleiche? Irgendwie? Ich verstehe es nicht. Das, was sie in mir gesehen hat, so, das, ne? Die Sehnsucht nach irgendwas anderem und so, das ist sie dann ja auch. Also das nochmal so zu gehen. Ah, okay, interessant. Ja.
I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished.
Ah?
What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage?
Beschreibt sie gerade, was das Szenario ist? Was quasi, weiß nicht, unsere Göttlichkeit hier getan hat? Wer auch immer, weiß nicht. Interessant.
You'll always
Nicht
come
gewacht.
back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
What? Okay. Das Spiel hat sich geschlossen. Sehr gut. Sehr gut. Interessant. Okay. Okay.
You have returned to me.
What? Wir
Though
sind
you were
direkt wieder.
gone mere moments, I never left your side.
Ja. Interessant. Das ist sehr, sehr cool gemacht. Na gut. Okay, mach mal.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
Ah.
You won't.
Wow. Everything goes dark and you die. Chapter 1 nochmal. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods,
Nicht?
and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Note, you can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting the tab on your keyboard or R1 on your controller. Kann ich mit ihm darüber reden, dass es vorher eine Welt gab? Pass auf, wir machen mal einen Stillen. Wir erwähnen nichts. Vielleicht versuchen wir so nochmal zu retten. Ich weiß nicht, ob das klug ist. Der sich also, naja. Wir reden nicht mit ihm, denke ich. Wir gehen einfach still zur Kabine. Oder drehen um. Wir gehen still zur Kabine.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Wir gehen weiter.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
Okay. Wir gehen einfach runter. Und noch kein Wort. Also
The door to the basement
gesagt.
creaked.
Ja. Achso, das ist jetzt die. Verdammt, das ist natürlich. Ja, das gibt. Okay. Ich meine, der wird ja nur Sachen skippen, die wir schon kennen, richtig? Ich glaube, da gab es irgendwie auch Einstellungen dafür. Skip. Anziehen-Text. Nee, nicht immer. Er macht das automatisch, ne? Was ist das? Nee, ich weiß nicht. Okay, dann lassen wir es erstmal. Wir gehen einfach runter, wir sagen nichts.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon,
Kann jetzt auch
but
nicht
you
skippen,
may
weil es neu
still
ist.
be able
Okay,
to do
gut.
what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Wir gucken uns die an. Ketten.
You're only making this more difficult.
Ja.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
Hätte ich was anderes machen sollen.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Hast du eine andere Idee?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Wir gehen wieder runter. Wir haben das jetzt mit die beiden Sachen versucht.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Ich überlege gerade, was ich jetzt, also wann ich jetzt irgendwas anders mache, aber will ich jetzt wirklich genau den gleichen Weg nochmal gehen? Die Gefahr, dass vielleicht nichts Neues passiert?
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Ich jetzt einfach? Save.
Fine.
Ja, wir skippen einfach. Wir kennen das schon. Warum? Approach. Wir werden sie wieder retten.
Stop that.
Ja. Ist ja das Gleiche. Ich kann nicht resisten. What? Oh, warum nicht? Ich kann nicht. Oh, wa. Nicht, was ist das? Kann ich resisten? Warum nicht? Oh, das ist ja gemein. Alter. Ich könnte mal speichern. Eine Weile her. Ja, dann slayen wir jetzt mal The Princess, ne? Warum geht das nicht? Das ist das gemein. Also wir können nicht genau den gleichen Weg gehen. Wir müssen sie jetzt umbringen.
Thank you.
Arschloch.
There's no getting through to you right now, is there?
A betrayal of Will is still a betrayal. You'll regret thinking of me as a helpless damsel.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm.
Ah. Yes.
But you have a weapon. You raise the blade,
interessant.
digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart.
Sieht sehr animalisch aus tatsächlich mit den Zähnen hier. Mit den Klauen.
It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over.
Sehr fies, dass ich sie nicht retten
Everything
kann.
goes
Aber,
dark,
ja.
and you die.
Ah, okay. The Witch? Oh yeah. Big fan.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Also, gerade sind wir gestorben und die Prinzessin danach auch. Deswegen ist alles neu quasi, ja? Oder wir sind gestorben. Wir sind gestorben? Immer wenn wir sterben, wird die Welt neu gemacht, ne? Bis jetzt haben wir die Prinzessin ja nicht einmal getötet. Immer sind wir gestorben. Okay. Okay. Also wenn wir sterben, wird die Welt neu gestartet. Eigentlich. Das heißt, dadurch, dass wir zur Prinzessin gehen, sind wir und uns dann irgendwie von ihr umbringen lassen, anscheinend, sind wir der Grund, warum die Welt endet. Weil wir sterben und die Welt wird neu gestartet. Ist das nicht korrekt? Ich glaube schon. Also, solange wir überleben, kann die Prinzessin die Welt nicht neu starten. Weil wir anscheinend eine Art Entität, Gott, irgendwas sind. Weiß nicht. Oder halt das auserwählte Ding, weswegen die Welt halt immer wieder, weiß ich nicht. Nehmen wir an, wir sind auch nur ein Gefäß, so wie die Prinzessin ein Gefäß ist für irgendwas Größeres, anderes. Irgendwie so. Ich denke aber so Sachen nach. Interessant, das Spiel ist sehr, sehr cool gemacht. Genau mein Jam.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Wenn sie mich dann umbringt, ja. Okay. But I already slew the princess. Sure, she also killed me. But I got here. Warum bin ich hier? Schon wieder?
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
Hallo?
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
Should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Sehr gut, ich lasse ihn mal erzählen.
Which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We were just weighing our options in a morally ambiguous situation. You can't blame us for weighing our options. I can if you failed to slay the princess, which you apparently did. So great. Congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? That's a very good point. This princess character seems like a lot of trouble, and if you think about it, actually slaying her probably breaks us out of this cycle, right? We don't want to be stuck here forever, do we? You're laying it on a little thick, aren't you? Laying it on a little thick? What are you talking about? I'm sharing my honest opinions. What matters is that almost everyone seems to be on the same page. So whenever you're ready, you can stop dawdling, get to the cabin, and save the world.
So, let's talk about this. Können wir das nicht schon? Gut.
Just be quick about it.
Ich glaube, das hatten wir schon gefragt. So. Aber wir könnten das Gleiche nochmal anhören mit dem Opportunisten dabei, ne? Das nicht. Ja, sie ist doch nur eine Prinzessin. Warum war es ihr möglich, mich auseinanderzureißen?
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
Okay. Na gut.
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Aha. Ja. Okay.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you.
Einfach umdrehen, das machen wir ein anderes Mal, glaube ich. Wir gehen jetzt zur Kabine. Wir gucken, was sich verändert hat.
Warning.
Kapitel heißt
Before you
Witch.
go any further.
So, ich meine, ne?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Don't worry, I think we've taken that lesson to heart at this point. You can trust us to get the job done.
Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Nehmen wir das mit? Hier jetzt, ja. Hast gar nichts über den Spiegel gesagt.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the muddy shelf, the blade sitting on the muddy shelf, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror.
Ja.
But he says there isn't one. That's got to count for something, right? Ja, mal gucken, wie wir aussehen. Oh,
ja.
I'm sure we look great. If only there was some sort of reflective surface we could examine. absolute shame there isn't anything like that around here.
Mhm. Ja.
You do see it, right? I don't know how to read you. I see all sorts of things. But do you see the mirror? It's a simple yes or no question. Help me out here, will you? I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Also der Narrator, der nur in dieser Welt existiert, der sieht den Spiegel nicht. Das heißt, der Spiegel ist halt außerweltlich, ne? Approach. Ah, die Kabine sieht anders aus als letztes Mal.
Very different.
Ja.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Ganz bestimmt nicht.
So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
Mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Ja.
This really isn't funny.
Diesmal verschwindet der nicht, ja? Ah doch, so jetzt.
You reach forward
klar.
and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Wir uns irgendwann im Spiegel auch
Well,
erkennen
at least we can all
können.
agree now that there's nothing to see here. Case
Also richtig?
closed. Good work, everyone.
Vielleicht ist das so ein bisschen so eine Möglichkeit zu sehen, wie weit unser Fortschritt ist, wie ganz wir sind oder so, weil wir, weiß nicht, uns nicht erkennen können, also vorhin nicht erkennen konnten im Spiegel oder so. Weiß ja nicht. Wir nehmen mal das Messerchen
You
mit.
take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Messer dabei
Well,
zu haben
if
ist
we're
jetzt
grabbing a
nicht
weapon, we
schlecht.
should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it.
Ja, weiß ich nicht. Das muss jetzt auch nicht.
That's not actually a bad idea.
Weiß ich nicht. Bin da ungern so unehrlich mit.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair.
Sie hat einen
The
Spitzhut
weak
auf.
starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Nein,
Her
ist doch schön hier.
voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Rar. Ah. I'm not nasty.
But you are. You're a wretched little thing. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
She knows us. Is this enough for you to believe what we've been saying? Maybe, but you shouldn't let that cloud your judgment. She's just a princess. As long as you remember that and remain focused, slaying her will be easy. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
Lass uns die Prinzessin angucken.
You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is.
Ah, okay.
Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
Ne.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss.
Good.
Thank you.
Oh.
You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
Sie hat so ein bisschen was von der Chimäre, oder? Weiß nicht, also das hier ist irgendwie... Okay, wir haben auch ein bisschen was von der Chimäre. Das würde ganz gut passen, ne? Interessant. Also wir sehen gleich nochmal eine Nahaufnahme. Hier ist irgendwas Katzenhaftes im Gesicht, auch hier diese Schnute, die sie hier zieht. Das hier ist ja auch so katzenhaft eigentlich, ne? Also es könnte alles passen. So ein Luchs oder so. Sowas vielleicht.
And there you are.
Huh?
One hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like she already knows you. I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true.
Wie sollen wir sie überhaupt umbringen?
You fought us on it
Letztes
back
Mal
in
war es
the
schon zu
woods.
stärker.
That was when the only perspectives we had were yours and mine.
Ja, komm.
I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her.
Ist tatsächlich so, ne? Es geht um seine Welt.
Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Wir reden zu lange.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Ja. I'm sorry about last time. Ja, das würde ja, Hier, wir sollten uns verbünden. Das klingt gut. Ich muss mich erstmal entschuldigen, wegen letzten Mal.
Oh, smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Kann ich? Gefährdeblade? Ich hab so viele Sachen. Was? Slay the princess. Slay the princess. I like to be straightforward with you. With my intentions, I didn't care for you how you treated me last time. I think you might be a danger to the world. I'm going to attack you now. Das klingt sehr nach dem Opportunisten hier. I don't trust you. Don't want to hurt you. Es ist hier, um das Vertrauen wiederherzustellen, ihr die Dinge geben. Warum habe ich das Gefühl, du wirst mir in den Rücken stoßen, wenn ich versuche, dir zu helfen?
And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them?
Ja.
But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be dead and buried is the bad blood between us.
That nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little anxious about a potential backstabbing event. She needs us to get out of here. We'll be fine if that's what we decide to do. You won't be fine because destruction is in her nature. If she gets out of here, that's it for the world, remember? Even if that's true, that doesn't automatically mean she's gonna stab us in the back. I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. She might not literally do that, but she could very well symbolically do the same thing. See? He gets it. There's nothing wrong with
Ich weiß gar nicht, warum wir uns überhaupt mit dem Narrator unterhalten. Okay. I get the sense that you're not happy with me. Wir sollten uns zusammentun, genau. Irgendwas geht hier vor, was größer ist als wir beide.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all. And unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it.
Weiß auch noch nicht.
Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
Bin ja auch noch nicht gar nicht so sicher, was ich überhaupt, also was das Endziel ist. Ich habe jetzt so eine Entität gesehen, die mehr Fragmente will. Also so eine Prinzessin-Entität, die mehr Fragmente braucht irgendwie. Es kann natürlich sein, dass wir es schaffen müssen, mehr Prinzessinnen hier zu überzeugen und rauszuholen. Und weiß nicht, die Welt verschwört sich immer gegen uns, dass wir nicht die gleiche immer wiederholen können oder so, aber es könnte natürlich sein, oder? Dass wir quasi mehr Versionen von ihr rausholen müssen? Rein müssen? Weiß nicht. Kannst nicht selber rauskommen? Die hätten nämlich das letzte Mal nicht aufgehalten.
Oh, of course. They're nothing to me.
What?
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
Huch?
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
Ich werde jetzt sterben, richtig?
This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Ich glaube, ich sollte ihr nicht das Messer geben. Wir werden mit ihr hier rausgehen, denke ich. Leave with the princess.
Yes.
Wir werden gleich sterben.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
Katzenhaft, oder?
She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
Ja?
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. We're armed and she's not. What's she gonna do? Bite us when we're not looking?
Oh ja.
You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted.
Jetzt sagst
I
du,
don't know how
lieber
many more
Narrator.
warnings I have to dole out. But if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
Okay. Ich kann ihr das Messer geben. Ich glaube, ich mach das, oder? Ja, hier, guck mal.
You can't be serious.
Doch.
Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no.
Ja, dann lass uns sie doch töten. Also,
I abstain. You abstain. She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
Ja, und? Es ist keine Demokratie. Don't do it. Nee, wir geben ihr das Messer, klar. Hier, bitteschön.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right? But of course you do.
Ist doch egal, dann starten wir halt neu.
You hand the blade to the princess, who quickly snatches it from you, her eyes darting between you and the weapon with a nervous curiosity.
Das Ding ist, wenn sie uns jetzt tötet, dann vertraut sie uns dafür im nächsten Durchlauf, oder nicht? Also mehr. Oder wie auch immer. Also, weil sie weiß das ja dann noch.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you? What do you think happens now?
Ich sterbe. You're beautiful. I actually want to save. Nee, was? I want to actually save you. Das ist der einzige Weg. Ja, ich glaube, das ist es. Hier.
She pulls back, clearly caught off guard by whatever nonsense you just said to her. I thought it was nice.
Ja.
Whether it's nice depends on if we meant it. We didn't mean it. Did we? If you were lying, we'd all know. But unfortunately, you weren't lying.
What? What do you mean by that? What kind of game are you playing?
The look of surprise that momentarily softened her features vanishes as she steels her nerves. And then she buries the blade in your heart.
Mit einem Lächeln.
What? No, come on, that's not right. I told you this is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
Ich bin gespannt, was für Designs wir alles noch sehen werden von ihr.
I did it. I got you.
Jeder Durchlauf ist Neues, auf jeden Fall. Cool.
The princess seems to tremble,
No.
her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
Weißt du
But you
warum?
don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time.
Sie weiß jetzt auf jeden Fall mit einem Messer
Everything goes
umzugehen.
dark,
Im
and you
Gegensatz
die.
zum ersten Durchlauf. Kapitel 3? Kapitel 3 waren wir noch nicht. Der Dorn.
You're on a path in the
Ooh,
woods.
what?
Can't believe she actually stabbed us. I told you not to give her the blade. I told you it would come around to bite us. I voted against it. Yeah, we know. You already got your I told you so's in while we were bleeding out. I just wanted to make sure that everyone here knows that I was and am on the
gutes
right
Spiel.
side of that argument.
Aber
Oh, you're far from being on the right side of anything. You're fixated on the past, whereas what you should be is
Mittens, auch hier?
fixated on the future.
okay.
Oh, a visionary. I like it. Tell me more. Gladly, my dear fellow. By cruelly
Oh, no.
turning on the princess in her moment of vulnerability, we made ourselves an enemy. But by mastering our fear and insecurity and handing over our power, we've begun a journey to something so much deeper. I like journeys. Traveling is a bit of a passion of mine. It makes me so relatable. Now, where are we off to?
Wenn wir das Messer nicht mitgenommen hätten, hätten wir dann nicht die Chance gehabt, quasi uns mit ihr wieder anzufreunden? Weil wir ihr das Messer hätten nicht geben können? Ich weiß es nicht. Es sind halt ganz viele kleine Entscheidungen, die wir treffen können, die große Auswirkungen haben könnten. Sehr interessant. Und manchmal dürfen wir Entscheidungen nicht treffen. Ja. Das ist sehr interessant bisher.
Well, if we're lucky, it's a journey to love. She hates us. Does she? She hesitated before stabbing us to death.
Und danach.
As ridiculous as this guy is, maybe he has a point. I don't know if I necessarily buy into his whole love journey thing, but maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change.
Ja.
So maybe she'll realise that things don't have to end in violence.
Ja.
You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try.
Mhm. So, Erzähler.
What another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right?
Die ganze Zeit, ja.
It makes no difference if we conspire in the shadows or bear our intentions with open hearts. We are breaking your cruel cycle and whisking her away to freedom. Oh, are you now? Great. So you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually. Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through. Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would mean your grip on things is slipping, which, in turn, likely means her influence is spreading. Someone's in the know. I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her, definitely don't free her, and if you can, don't even think about her.
Interessant, dass der Narrator anscheinend gleichzeitig mehr weiß als wir und weniger weiß als wir. Ist das nicht toll? Er weiß halt nur von seiner Welt, also er kann nicht auf die Erfahrung vergangener Sachen zurückgreifen, aber anscheinend weiß er schon mehr über die komplexen Abläufe irgendwie. Also, ich weiß ja nicht. Es ist halt alles irgendwie Quatsch, weil die endet halt nicht die Welt, sondern das ist eine Mechanik, die unserem Körper irgendwie anhaftet, aber das ist ja egal.
You don't have to worry about me. My head's always empty.
Das stimmt.
Except the thoughts of her.
Mhm. Okay. Even now. Ja. Also, weiß ich nicht. Also, damit hat der Narrator auf jeden Fall Unrecht mit dem, dass sie ist gefährlich und so. Das ist ja irgendwie ganz großer Quatsch, ne? Aber ja. Schon interessant, ey. Was passiert, wenn wir einfach jetzt gehen? Genau, das würde mich auch interessieren. Wir können mal nachfragen, ist gut.
She gets out is what happens. Maybe not right away, but eventually. And a world that's doomed tomorrow is just as bad as a world that's doomed today. He's a bummer, isn't he? All doom this and doom that. There's more to the world than how and when it will end. Love is what makes everything worth doing.
Das mitten zu hören ist manchmal sehr anstrengend.
He's ridiculous. Whatever he wants you to do the opposite.
Ich hätte übrigens vielleicht besser gefunden, wenn nicht alle der gleiche Sprecher sind, aber der gibt sich richtig Mühe. Alle diese Stimmen. Und, weiß nicht, du kriegst so ein Gefühl dafür, also selbst wenn du jetzt nicht hinguckst, wer gerade erzählt, weißt du so ziemlich gut, wer gerade erzählt. Wenn du halt einmal kurz reingekommen bist. Weil der halt dem schon andere Stimmen gibt. Mehr Pompous und ist dann Smitten und so. Ich hätte schon, dass der Narrator irgendwie eine andere Stimme ist als die anderen. Aber wahrscheinlich hat das sogar einen tieferen Sinn, weil der Narrator auch ein Teil von uns ist oder so. Wer weiß. Joa. Sure seems to be taking the whole looping thing in stride.
What do you want me to say? It's bad that you've been here before. It's bad for you, it's bad for me, and it's especially bad for the world. The more times you run through this, the more likely it is that you'll fail. You've already failed twice.
Stimmt, sie wird jedes Mal stärker auf jeden Fall.
So you knew this could happen? Theoretically, sure, I knew this could happen, but I was supposed to be the first. I'd really rather not get into it. I don't care about where we came from, and I don't care to discuss the theory of anything. I yearn only to bring her freedom. I'm here to feel, not to think. Then we can all move on and forget what I said about failure. It's important that you believe in yourself, and the fact you're here probably means that you still have a chance to pull this off and save the world. My world, at least. It sounds like you've probably doomed a couple of others already.
Ja, scheint so.
I need to stop talking. Think happy thoughts.
No matter what happens next, it seems. Alles wird in der Kabine beantwortet. Ja, ich will hier gar nicht so viel mit dem Narrator eigentlich reden. Der redet sowieso zu viel. I'm done with this. Das müssen wir irgendwann auch nochmal machen. Einfach weggehen, was dann passiert. Ob wir dann eine andere Gottheit sehen oder so? Ich weiß nicht. Oder direkt beim Spiegel ankommen oder irgendwas Komisches. Let's see.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point. I don't know if I'd say everyone.
Huh?
You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one, too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. You know what you have to do.
Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned-out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old.
Sehr anders.
The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table, a pristine... Wait, this isn't right. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here. And if she has it... Let me guess. You want to get all chummy with her.
Oh yeah.
Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do. I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't
Warum will
have it.
der Narrator sie
That's not
tot
how
sehen?
this is supposed
Ich
to
verstehe es
work.
nicht.
If she does have it, that's all the more reason to put our faith in her. We've already shown her our heart. Now she has to show us hers. Unless her heart tells her to stab us, which doesn't seem unlikely, so yes, I agree. Let's make sure we get on her good side.
Einzige, was ich sehe, ist der
You're right,
Spiegel.
the mirror is back. There isn't anywhere for us to go.
Huh?
But there isn't a mirror. I
Natürlich.
still don't get his angle here. Either way, I say we take a look. It feels like it's been forever since we've actually seen ourselves. For all we know, our feathers are all out of place, and that's why we haven't yet won her heart. We must put our best face forward.
Los, okay.
Yeah, we can't go around looking disheveled. A real go-getter takes care of his appearance.
Yeah.
So, is the door to the basement behind the mirror? I promise you there isn't a mirror, and there isn't a door to the basement. The entrance is more of a burned-out frame than anything else, and it's right there on the far side of the room. Do you really not see it?
Auf zum Spiegel.
You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent. You know what you have to do. Wipe away the grit from the mirror and behold our handsome features.
Hat noch
You
nie
went away when
geklappt.
we touched it last time.
Nicht berühren diesmal. Ja, okay.
You reach forward and
keine
wave your hand through the hollow
Natürlich.
entrance leading to the basement. You really thought there was a mirror there, didn't you? That can't be good. As if things weren't unpredictable enough.
Wir konnten einmal den Spiegel
Alas,
sehen,
our
ne?
fine
Also ganz
features
einmal
remain
beobachten.
unseen. We'll just have to trust that she'll find us beautiful as we are. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it?
Frage, ob wir uns auch
Yes,
verändern.
that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
Wer weiß. Ich glaube eher nicht. Also, Wir haben auf jeden Fall immer Krallen, also wir könnten sie immer töten, ne? Wenn der Wille da wäre, denke ich.
You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved.
Es funktioniert so nicht, lieber Narrator. Wenn wir sterben, ist die
These
Welt vorbei.
thorns are an expression of her pain. I know it. She's calling out for help. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? You betray me, I kill you, and you come back. You let me kill you, and you come back.
Ist das eine andere Stimme? Das ist der gleiche. Wie viele Voice-Actor haben die dafür? Ich mag die Stimme.
I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
Ist das nur anders verstellt? Der Arbeit auf jeden Fall. Dann. Wie viele Voice-Actor hat dieses Spiel? Will nicht nachgucken, weil ich Angst habe, Sachen rauszufinden, die ich noch nicht weiß. Aber, Ist alles die gleiche Sprecherin? Cool. I just want to talk. Really, talk. Das klingt sehr gut. Oder ein Weg hier raus. Immer. Hier, ich entscheide mich irgendwie nie so sehr hierher zu gehen. Ich weiß gar nicht, was ich tun will. Oder ich will sie befreien. Ja, ich will sie eigentlich befreien, ja. Yeah.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
Proceed.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles. The space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
No. Er hat schon noch was an, ne? Irgendwie, hier ist auf jeden Fall noch Stoff. Bis dahin irgendwie. Okay. Ja, ich bin hier, um dich auszulachen. Nein, so wird natürlich nicht. Kann ich befreien, wenn du mir dieses Messer gibst? Einfach nach dem Messer greifen? Ich glaube, das geht nicht gut aus. Ich glaube, sie ist halt verletzt seit Anfang an. So kann uns nicht einfach so vertrauen. Wie so ein verletztes Tier halt irgendwie, ne? So, weiß nicht. You're in a prison of your own making. It broke your cycle of violence. Also, Wir haben 3 Sachen zum Verlassen. Es ist tatsächlich nur die 2 Stimmen. Also, Stimme verstellt. Ah, das ist cool. Richtig gut. Ja. Was wollte ich hier? Bin ich hier, um zu lachen? Ich möchte dich befreien, wenn du mich lässt.
I want to trust you.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
But you're hiding something.
Das hier ist ja auch, also das Menü hier, ne? Das habe ich irgendwo schon mal gesehen, weil so Visual Novel-Kram. Ich weiß gerade nicht, wie das. Renpli? Ist es das? Heißt das Programm so? Ich glaube. Irgendwie da drin gemacht, ne? Das ist ja. Also, ich glaube, das ist halt mit sehr, sehr wenig Kapital haben da Leute sehr, sehr viel Liebe reingesteckt. Vielleicht ist es auch tatsächlich nur, weiß nicht, ein Pärchen oder so. Könnte ich mir vorstellen. Dann auch beides eingesprochen haben. Dann wäre das richtig krass. Ja, vielleicht auch nicht. Weiß ich nicht. Ja, ich bin auf jeden Fall auch interessiert, das rauszufinden. Aber das wirkt so wie sehr, sehr viel Liebe in ein Indie-Spiel gesteckt. So. Richtig gut bisher. Bin sehr gespannt, in welche Richtung es geht. Während helping. Der Einzige, der sich nach Freiheit sehnt. Ich glaube, wir müssen gemeinsam das hier verlassen.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
Guck mal.
And I've also hurt you.
Ja. True story. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich jetzt... Darf ich das Messer jetzt haben?
Her eyes briefly meet yours, then dart back to the floor. She hangs her head in resignation.
Okay.
Oh. Es wäre so fies, wenn wir sie jetzt verraten würden, oder? Sie sagt, okay, also darf ich jetzt das Messer nehmen. Das heißt, sie hätte mich vorher irgendwie abgestochen wahrscheinlich, oder irgendwas, ja?
You reach
So
towards her
traurig.
bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment,
Süß.
she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon.
No.
You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms. She trusts us. She trusts us. Doesn't that set your heart aflutter?
Ja.
Yeah, a little. It could just be nerves. Being this close to her does bring back unpleasant memories, but I don't know, it doesn't feel bad. It feels good. Like we're special to her. We are special to have gained an ounce of trust from a maiden so guarded. Now all that remains is to free her from her bindings. Yeah, let's do it. Let's show her how much both of us have changed.
Ja.
Or,
Ah.
hear me out,
Nein.
we slay her. Right here, right now. She's never
Das wär
been
so
so
gemein.
helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance. That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him. I see that the lines have been drawn.
Ja.
It's 2 against 1.
Was?
It's 2 against 2.
Ja.
You don't count. And why shouldn't he count? Because he's clearly not one of us.
Ist er nicht?
Doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Ja. Wow. Ich wollte nur mein Messer zurück. Ist auf dich reingestellt. Und dann einfach verlassen. Oh, das wäre so viel gemeiner, ne? Ihr Kleid hat jetzt hier irgendwie nicht mehr diese Ärmel, ne? Deswegen sind da diese Sachen, wo das so dann gehalten wird. Wir schneiden sie frei. Ich hoffe, ihr Kleid rutscht dann runter. Nicht runter. Natürlich.
Yes, what a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her. You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision.
Doch.
I
Das ist
can do
seine
whatever
Rolle.
I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess. Everyone deserves a chance at redemption. Let him join us and be merry. We are all united by our passion.
Muss jetzt nicht aufpassen irgendwie wegen Twitch, oder? War jetzt auch nicht so wild, glaube ich, ne? Aber ich glaube, in dem Spiel ist jetzt nicht irgendwie Bubis oder irgendwie was zu sehen. Aber wer weiß. Keine Ahnung. Weil ich glaube, Twitch ist jetzt allgemein nicht so ernst, aber das heißt ja nur, dass VOD wird dann irgendwo auf YouTube landen oder das nochmal gepixelt sein. Also ich weiß nicht. Aber ansonsten, ja. Wird schon.
That's right. What he said.
Wenn dann nicht hier, nehme ich an.
We've already given him a chance at redemption.
Ignoriere doch
Who
meinen
says I don't
Opportunisten.
deserve another? I really mean it this time. I'm big enough to admit when I'm wrong. So I want to help you all free her. And I have no problem with that. Welcome to the team. You're one of us now. One of the good guys. You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches,
Ja.
relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. But you're not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade. Such a pathetic attempt at distraction and subterfuge. Our blade is a dashing sword, and every dashing sword is an extension of its hero. It won't slip.
Huh?
You're right. He can't even make it slip, can he? He's a bit of a nobody. Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the
Der
beginning.
Opportunist ist ein bisschen nervig. Er hat ja auch nichts zu sagen irgendwie.
The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
Yes.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
Do you see the way she's looking at us? Kiss her. Kiss her now before the moment ends.
Wirklich?
Can we actually do that? No, you can't. Absolutely not.
Was? Nein.
You know as well as I do that we can. And we wouldn't want to throw away a chance for a special moment, now would we?
Wie cool.
If I were only capable of throwing myself off a bridge. Well, are you going to describe our steamy, romantic kiss?
Haben wir eigentlich einen Schnabel,
Lean
oder?
in and you kiss her. And she reciprocates enthusiastically. You kiss. It's done. Are you happy now? Come on now, this is the big moment. You can do better than that. Fine. You and the princess lock eyes and stare deep into each other's souls with all the roaring emotion that comes from letting what once was hatred turn into pure, unbridled passion.
Passion.
If you're
Passione.
making fun of us. And then each of you close your eyes and kiss. Words can describe neither the nuclear fire nor the oceanic depth of your connection. Please. I think he actually likes romance. History itself were not about to end. Historians would document this moment for the rest of time. Musicians would write era-defining ballads, and great artists would expend entire lifetimes trying to merely capture the spark you hold right now. He's making fun of us. It doesn't matter either way, because this is good stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'm aware of my skills. But unfortunately for you, the moment doesn't last forever. You open your eyes, the princess smiles gently up at you. Time for you to damn the whole world to oblivion, I suppose.
Ah. Ja.
That was nice.
Her hand slips into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs.
Ah.
Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out.
Natürlich.
Please, after all the trials we've been through, do you really think a few measly thorns can stop us? Love is an even more powerful weapon than our blade. We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few
So?
pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Step into the thorns. Cut the thorns.
As you swing your blade into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this?
Jede Welt muss enden. Immer.
Your nightmare is our dream. Whatever world would condemn star-crossed lovers like us to a cycle of violence and despair isn't a world worth saving.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
weave something new together. Something better.
Sag's ihm.
You and the princess hesitate at the
Ach,
cabin
schön.
door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Mann. Ja, oft abhusten momentan. So. Step into our freedom.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day. You irredeemable murderers.
Kommt.
What do we do now?
Das kommt wieder. Verdammt, ich hab's geahnt.
Where's everything going?
Ja, okay.
Why is it so cold?
Aber wieder ein Fragment mehr dafür, ja? Ist das gut? Mache ich das Richtige? You do not get a chance to respond, nor will you ever. Time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Die anderen Stimmen wissen nichts von dem von dem vorher. Das ist auch interessant. Natürlich hast du Angst. Das ist das Ende für dich, aber nicht für mich. Okay. Alles ist in Ordnung. War ich schon mal. Vertraut mir.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right? If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
Nicht das Ende. Was immer auf der anderen Seite ist nett. Will die nicht belügen. Ich sehe euch auf der anderen Seite. Wird schon alles in Ordnung gehen.
If you say so, we'll trust you. She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it. Finally, we're going places.
Auf zum Spiegel. Sehen wir uns wieder? Du gehst zum Spiegel. Silence as you reach forward. They are gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. Wir sind anders? Wir waren vorher nicht... Haben wir jetzt Dornen bekommen oder sowas hier quasi? Mehr Hustelzeugs irgendwie? Ja, ne? Schon. You've grown. Wir sind gewachsen. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed. Ist anders aus, ja. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
Okay. Wir haben der Entität der 1000 Hände hier der Stadt ein weiteres Licht hinzugegeben, sozusagen. Mhm.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Okay. Wie sehr hast du dich verändert?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Okay. Wir vervollständigen irgendwie dieses Wesen, diese Persönlichkeit für uns. Durch verschiedene Erfahrungen, okay. Alles fühlt sich wie ein, ja, wie ein Rätsel an. Kannst du mir keine normale Antwort geben?
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
Okay. Was? Nein. Was? You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, going to kill you, right? Na, was? Fühlt sich an, sich zu verändern wie das hier.
Eyes close in reflection.
Ach. Also du siehst davon gar nichts. Du nimmst das nicht bewusst wahr? Heißt es das? Okay.
Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together.
So merkwürdig, diese Pose hier.
It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Okay. Hier, genau. Wenn ich zurückgehe, ist es, als wenn eine unsichtbare Wand mich davon abhält, das Gleiche nochmal zu tun, was ich schon gemacht habe. Warum?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Okay, das ist... Einerseits ist das gut, damit ich nicht das Gleiche mache und dann halt nichts passiert. Andererseits hätte ich es auch cool gefunden, wenn dann irgendwas Neues passiert wäre. Aber gut. Ja, so konnten wir halt nicht dann... Ja, ist cool. Okay. Wenn das alles fertig ist, weißt du, was du dann tun willst?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was.
Krass. Das ist die gleiche Stimme wie die von eben, ne? Also, ja, aber cool. Ach, ja. Schon anders. Es hat keinen Sinn, sie jetzt danach zu fragen, quasi, was sie tun will, weil sie noch gar nicht weiß, was sie in Zukunft für Gedanken haben wird. Mit all den Sachen, die wir ihr bringen.
I cannot tell
Quasi.
you what desires I will hold when I have changed.
Genau, das, was ich gerade gesagt habe.
But in
Okay.
this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Interessant. Been kinder to me than everyone else I met. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Okay. Wir sind die einzigen Sachen in Existenz? Okay.
This one yearns for connection she feels she doesn't deserve. Even when shown compassion, she hid herself away. She will make for a cautious heart.
Okay.
Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
Okay. I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be. Genau, weil wir können ja quasi all die lieben Sachen, die wir jetzt gemacht haben, die können wir ja dann nicht mehr auswählen. Das heißt, wir müssen immer grausamer werden eigentlich, oder? Mit jedem Mal. Frag ich, wo das hingeht dann.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me.
Okay.
The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before.
Okay.
I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
Cool. Sag den schreibst dir. Das ist cool. What do you want to bring me? Okay. Geht's viel zu spät ins Bett. Dankeschön, Mina. Gute Nacht. Gute Nacht. Ich glaube, ich mache auch nicht mehr allzu lang. Mal gucken. Vielleicht noch einen Durchlauf. Ich merke auch schon, dass ich häufiger husten muss. Also, ist eigentlich auch nicht so gut. Das ist jetzt eine lange Weitertour. Ja. Ja, gute Nacht, Mina. Schön, dass du da warst. Also wir werden das heute hier auf jeden Fall nicht beenden. Nehme ich an. Ich werde morgen wahrscheinlich weitermachen. Wenn der Hals das zulässt. Was soll ich mitbringen das nächste Mal?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
Aha.
My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Wie viel mehr brauchen wir?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You
Danke,
will
danke.
have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
Destroy your body. Take the entity.
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
Okay. Warum das hier? Muss sie umbringen? Ja?
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover.
Okay. Destroy... Nee, ich...
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. Jetzt fängt sie auch von vorne an. Ich werde doch einfach mal skippen. Bin gespannt, was passiert, wenn wir einfach lassen. Danke. Turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nee. Okay, fine. I go to the... Ja, ich weiß, wohin ich gehe. No. Einzige Ding... Das Einzige, was zählt, ist, dass ich weiß, wohin ich nicht gehe zur Kabine. Also zur Hütte. Kann einfach still sein. Ich bin einfach mal... Nope, ich weiß nicht, wo es geht.
Fine.
Okay.
I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Hä?
Good. What we're being
Ist da auch
asked
die
to do
Kabine?
here is
Also.
wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Huh?
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Kommt...
That's
Ja,
strange.
das war mir klar.
It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Nee. Turn around and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Nee. I don't care. I'm not killing a princess. Maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods. Asked me to kill someone for them. Ich will mit ihm gar nicht diskutieren. Nee.
Your silence is deafening.
Aha.
But fine. You turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Aha. Und wir sind wieder hier.
Would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Aha. Aha. There's no fighting this in here. To go in the cabin? Don't I? Fine. Nee. Oh yeah. Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Aha.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Ja.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Uh-huh.
What's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Ah, schön. Aha.
You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Wirklich? Weil ich gestorben bin? What? Oh, interessant.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Was ist das da rechts?
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Was ist das da rechts? Ist das Zaun? Ah. You bastard! You don't know. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Okay, stimmt.
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking.
Contrarian.
He's like a captive audience. The entire
Also der
world
widerspricht
ending
andauernd.
wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day.
Oh yeah.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Ja. Okay. The End of Woods Forever. Ich glaube, da werden wir hingehen. Was ist das hier? The walls weren't here last time. Das sind wirklich Mauern, ja? You can't just force me to go to the cabin. Lie, okay. Heading to the cabin now where I'm definitely going to slay the princess. Yeah, I get it. I get to the cabin. Nee, wir werden für immer im Wald bleiben. Forever. Klingt gut.
You have already committed to my completion.
Ah?
You cannot go further astray.
What? Warte, was? Was? Cannot go further astray. Ah? What? Was heißt das? Was ist es mit den Wänden? Ja, erzähl mal.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Ah. Ja. Lie? I'm definitely going to slay that princess. Nee, okay, wir gehen zur Cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
Ja.
She will lie, she
Immer
will
das Gleiche.
cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
Wirklich.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Ja, ist so.
Let's keep an open mind.
Proceed.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window.
Oh, das ist eine
Good is
Idee.
a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway.
Interessant.
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that, not when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her.
Oh, meine Güte.
Piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves?
Das klingt
Nothing,
tatsächlich interessant.
because you're going to pull yourself together.
Aha.
Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a
Meine
deep
Güte.
breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Okay, wir ignorieren den Spiegel diesmal. Es sind 6 verschiedene Wände allein schon. Sehr interessant. Ich frage mich, wie viele verschiedene Kabinen es dann gibt. Und das sind auch noch welche dabei, die... Also, sind welche nicht dabei, die wir schon gesehen haben auch, ne? Ist schon interessant. Wir nehmen mal das Messer mit. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Ja, wir nehmen das einfach mal mit.
Okay, fine, you took the knife. But you really shouldn't hold it like that.
Ah?
Then how are we supposed to hold it?
Wegwerfen, hat er gesagt, ne?
The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom.
Ja.
It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Die other way, warum nicht? Eigentlich hat er vorhin gesagt, hier wegwerfen wäre doch eine Idee, aber das können wir leider nicht.
You switch your grip on the blade. Congratulations.
Achso, ja, jetzt sieht das hier auch anders
This is
aus.
so much better.
Bei dem Zeiger, cool.
Okay, fine. You're right.
Okay.
This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
Ich wusste es. Okay, es geht doch. Ja, aus dem Fenster werfen.
Haha, yes! Do it!
Yeah.
Seriously.
Oh,
You throw the blade at the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night. I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without it.
Huh,
We'll
cool.
be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends. Been there, done that.
Sehr schön.
I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon. What's done is done. Good luck, hero.
Ja, dann auf runter.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
Okay.
Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, A disquieting collage of tone and personality drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Yay! Okay. Was? Harsh Stairs, Soft Stairs, Center. Wir nehmen einfach mal die Mitte.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere. You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else. And so you take one careful, focused step after another. 1 foot down, another foot down, another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be the true path, the one that cuts straight down, or up, or maybe sideways. But no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish.
Until
the only things experienced are the endless, repeating patterns and emotions of the journey. A continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
Wir hier auch früher Designs gesehen haben.
Consumption and betrayal. Skepticism and blind devotion. Rivalry and submission. Terror and longing. Pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
What the hell was that? What happened to us?
I
feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Ja. Wobei, der Hero, woher weiß er denn, dass sie normal ist? Er kennt sie ja noch gar nicht. Wie ist dein Name?
Princess.
Okay.
You can call me Princess if you'd like.
What?
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that! I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now.
Wie soll ich das tun?
Plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
There's more if you know. Was? Warum ist das hier alles auf einmal? I'm getting you out of here. Try and free her. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. Leave her in the basement. Und? Ich sollte das hier tun. Nee, wir machen erst was anderes. Das hier. There's more of you know.
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
Sagt die hier, ne?
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
She fractures again.
Die Hände anders.
I don't like where this is going.
Bisschen anderer Blick.
Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? Could always start by retrieving the blade. The one he made us throw out the window.
Ja.
I wasn't the one who threw it.
Ich hab's getan.
Oh, come on, you told us to. Don't try to pass the blame now that it's come back to bite us. Well, if I'd known we'd be dealing with this, maybe I wouldn't have been so hasty with my suggestions. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
Also wir sollten sie weiter fragen, ja? Nach Sachen. Bin gespannt, wo das hinführt. Weißt du, was passiert ist? Weißt du, warum du nicht unten bist? Weißt du, warum du nicht unten bist?
Is this a quiz? If you're here, then surely you know why I'm here. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers?
Eine mehr. Doch. Mindestens noch
I
eine
can't
mehr.
even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
Weißt du, was mit mir passiert ist?
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? Oh, I thought they would send something better to deal with me. If the stairs managed to chew you up,
I will devour you.
Ooh.
sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
Okay. Wir versuchen sie zu befreien, zurückzulassen und gleichzeitig, ja, hätten wir gerne das Messerchen wieder.
Wait, that's not right.
Mhm.
Go on.
Mhm.
You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture, The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like?
Interessant.
A terrible mess. But this... We can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart.
Ha!
I think he's gone.
Ist jetzt 5 Sachen auf
We were
einmal.
never going to salvage this, were we?
Ja, interessant.
What happened to us? What are we?
Komisch aus.
There are parts of us that are dead, and the others,
They just don't fit.
They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
Ich glaube nicht, dass ich euch fixen
Help
kann.
her. I think we did this.
Mhm.
Yeah, surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Hm.
Please.
I don't think you're supposed to be fixed. Hm. Ich glaube, das stimmt. Aber... Ja. Ich habe irgendwie das Gefühl, das muss so... Das sind nur leere Phrasen hier irgendwie. Das ist grausam. Ich glaube nicht, dass man dich... Ja, danke. Das habe ich schon gedacht. Dass gleich wieder die Entität kommt und dich mitnimmt als ein Teil. But you'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Ich glaube, das können wir skippen, das hatten wir schon. Hm. Das hatten wir auch schon. Einfach mal auf den Spiegel zugehen, glaube ich. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
Ja?
Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gucken uns selber an. Haben wir uns wieder verändert? Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. Oh. Ah? Warte. You've withered. Ja, haben wir nicht. Das ist nur die Reflexion, die das anzeigt. Ja, aber vielleicht ist das so... so geistig in uns gehend ist das so halt. Aber nicht... Also so sehen wir uns selbst halt oder sowas. Ich hab keine Ahnung. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Gehen wir mal zu ihr und reden nochmal wieder mit ihr. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Das war kurz irgendwie. You can't be a contradiction? Was?
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
Do you think of this vessel?
These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and walk. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold.
Ich weiß nicht, ob verschiedene Welten sich direkt, contradicten müssen, also sich widersprechen müssen. Einfach Versionen vielleicht, aber irgendwie, sind ja nicht direkt gegenüber voneinander so, also, dass sich das widerspricht. Weiß nicht.
They will make for a rich and vibrant heart.
Rich and vibrant heart.
Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Okay. How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Na. Weißt du, was mit all den Welten passiert, die wir hinter uns lassen?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me.
Ich kann mir nicht helfen, aber ich habe das Gefühl, dass das hier ein Teil von mir ist. Als wenn ich etwas erschaffen habe, dem ich jetzt dann versuche, durch so wie, ich bin Gott quasi, ja? Und dadurch, dass ich hier quasi das alles durchlaufe, gebe ich dem Engel oder was auch immer, dem Geschöpf, das ich hier erschaffen habe, gebe ich dem irgendwie Form und Seele und Emotionen und so. Irgendwie so. So wirkt das alles so ein bisschen. Ja.
Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Aber irgendwie so ein bisschen, als wäre es ein Teil von mir. War mal vielleicht oder so, ne? So.
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Okay. Das hatten wir alles schon gefragt. Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
Okay. Haben wir eigentlich auch schon gefragt, ne? Aber sie sagt ja schon leicht andere Sachen. Ich finde das erstaunlich, dass dazu noch andere Texte sind, halt, je weiter wir fortschreiten.
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
Attack. How many more? Ja, wie voll bist du?
We will know when we near our destination.
Ah. Oh. Weiß das nicht. Ah, ich muss dich verletzen. Ich werde dich umbringen. Ich werde dich umbringen. Nee. Destroy your body. Erase your will to end your life. As it varies into the space your body should be, you feel nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face. Also wir können... Warte, was? Wir haben keinen Körper, aber der Satz danach ist halt, dass die eine ihrer Hände nimmt und uns am Gesicht berührt. Okay.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Ah, okay. Oh. Attack the entity. Your will cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens. Zum Glück.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
Okay. Aber wir könnten vielleicht in der Zukunft... Oh. Okay.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. Oh, hier würde ich dann gerne speichern und das nächste Mal einfach...
You're on a path in the woods. And at the
Dankeschön. Haben wir jetzt schon 3 Enden gemacht, ne? Cool. Ist sehr, sehr cool an sich. Ich habe auch Bock, mehr davon zu machen. Und ich habe, weiß nicht, alle 180 Enden zu sehen. Naja, nicht ganz. Aber ich habe Bock, viel, viel mehr dieser Geschichten zu erleben. Auch wenn das Spiel, glaube ich, nicht so lang ist. Wer weiß, ne? Wie viele Geschichten das hat. Ob sich das nochmal irgendwie... Weiß ich nicht. Es ist, im Herzen ist es eine Visual Novel. Sehr gut erzählt ist. Mit der Sprachausgabe. Ich habe sehr viel Spaß dran. Und das ist ganz gut, weil ich theoretisch nicht so viel reden muss. Na gut. Ja. Ich glaube, können wir ins Hauptmenü oder so? Mit? Ja. Nein, nicht das Hauptmenü. Ja. Auf jeden Fall ganz fantastisches Spiel. Lady Princess, und das nächste Mal machen wir weiter. Das ist der Plan. Rate ich euch jetzt noch woanders hin? Ihr paar Lieben, die ja noch da seid. Das ist das hier mal noch. Gerne ins Hauptmenü. Dankeschön. Sehr schön. Mal gucken, was hier noch so abgeht. Ich glaube, ich schicke euch zu einem Liebhaber von vielen Horror- und Indie-Spielen, was sehr gut passt, weil wir Slay the Princess gespielt haben. Der gute Sir Winter, der spielt jetzt auch gerade irgendwas Indie-mäßiges, wenn ich das richtig sehe. Mortal Sin beim Namen. Sagt mir gar nichts. Lass uns da einfach mal hin. Ein guter Mann. Ich weiß nicht, ich werde, denke ich, morgen Abend wieder streamen. Und am Samstag gibt es auch wieder, wenn nichts dazwischen kommt, um 20 oder 21 Uhr gibt es Multiworld Randomizer. Mit auf jeden Fall huch. Interessant. Fuck. Das hat mich jetzt sehr erschrocken. Multiworld Randomizer am Samstag wieder 21 Uhr. Ich bin noch nicht sicher, wann ich da starte. Eigentlich war 21 Uhr angesetzt, aber irgendwie wollten jetzt Leute vielleicht schon mal ein bisschen früher anfangen, weil manche Sachen dauern länger. Ja, das steht dann auf jeden Fall. Ich glaube, ich werde Yoshi's Island spielen. Mal gucken. Muss ich auch nochmal alles vorbereiten. Naja, danke fürs Einschalten und wir sehen uns dann beim nächsten Mal. Toodaloo.